Good day, folks. It's Andrew from MAO Magic, and I have the Philips Hue Go. This is the first portable light from the Philips Hue lineup. It can work with the bridge if you have that for all the other fancy things that a Hue does, or it can be independent. You can simply use it as it is with the button on the back as a nice little portable lamp. It can be plugged in all the time and just have it as a nice lamp you can turn on and off, or you can maybe carry it around, whether it be for a bedside lamp or out in the living room while kids playing some games at night, or maybe outside for a nice little lampside dinner out on the patio in the evenings. Inside the box itself, you will have the lamp, obviously, and you have a power cable. Obviously, the power cable is for charging as well as keeping it around anytime that you're not going to be toting it around the house with you. And then you're going to have a nice little quick start guide. This is going to show you all the different ways that you can control the lamp from the lamp itself. There are quite a few of them, and we're going to go over those in a minute, but it is a little bit unwieldy. Like, there's a lot of different combinations of ways that you can control this, all with one single button. Now, the first thing that I noticed when I unboxed the Go for the first time is it's a bit smaller than I maybe would have imagined, especially kind of seeing the pictures and stuff. It looks a little bit larger than I would have thought. Now, there does a little bit of a stand on the bottom, which allows you to not only prop it up on its end, as well as lay it down flat, so it's not going to go rolling across your table. This is very handy. However, I do wish this cord placement was a little bit better. So we have this little cord here, which not only is kind of large on the transformer end plugging into the wall, which is a little bit unwieldy and kind of annoying, but you do have that really long proprietary cable to plug into the really deep power adapter inside of the Hue Go itself. On the back of it, you will have the power button, which also allows you to toggle through a few of these settings on the device itself. Now, it does have a very good modern design with the kind of clear around the outside and then the white finish on the front. Now, that is not glass, even though it is very solid. It is just a kind of a polycarbonate blend. Now, I would be a little bit worried this would get scratched, especially if you took this on a go for like a picnic or something like that. You wouldn't want to really let this get roughed up at all, but it does seem to be fairly sturdy as long as you're taking this kind of around the house. Now, this will prop up on its end like this, and it works a lot better propped up without the cord inside. Now, once I put the cord in, and I will put it in kind of at an angle, so like it's tilted at the end, I would put that going out to the side, and it will hold this way, but it's not sturdy enough for my liking. It is a little bit kind of off kilter there, and if I would bump it a little bit, it's very easy to kind of just fall back. Now, it isn't enough that's probably going to fall off of your table because it's going to fall backward, not forward, so it's not going to fall and roll onto the floor, but I would be a little bit worried. If something kind of bumps that cord just a little bit, which is coming out of the front basically, it is enough for it to simply fall back onto itself. And seeing as this is not the lightest light that you may have around, I would be a little bit disconcerted with that. So now that we've actually got the hardware set up here, we're going to go ahead and hook it up and turn it on for the first time. So I do have it plugged in now, and when you plug it in for the first time, it will power up and it will light up for you. And if you don't have a bridge, you can use it just like this. Using that button on the back, there are a lot of different commands. You can simply press it one time and it'll keep cycling through. Just keep pressing the button and it'll cycle through several different options for you, like natural white light, cozy candle, Sunday coffee, meditation, enchanted forest, and night adventure. So a lot of different options that you may have just from the device itself. Now, if those are not to your liking, you can simply cycle through all the colors. You press the button twice and then hold, and it'll jump to the next color, and you simply keep repeating that until you find a color that you would like. Once you let go, it'll stay on that color. It's a little bit hard to tell, obviously on camera here, it's blowing out the camera just a little bit. Now, if you would like to turn the device off, all you have to do is put it into standby mode by pressing the button and holding it for 2 seconds. After you hold it for 2 seconds, it will just power down into standby mode, which means it can still receive commands. So if that's from the app or anything like that, you can still receive those commands, those alerts, those timers. But if you want to turn it completely off, you can simply hold it down for 10 seconds. So I've hold it down for 5 seconds here, hold another 5 seconds, and it's going to flash twice and then power down. When it's completely powered off, it will no longer receive commands or timers or alerts, anything like that from the app that you may have set up. When it is in standby mode, after 2 hours of inactivity, it will completely shut down to preserve battery life. As far as battery life goes, you'll get about 3 hours, and it'll take about an hour and a half to completely fill up and charge. So if you do have the Hue Bridge, which I highly recommend, especially the 2.0 version, we can go ahead and add this to our Hue application. So we're going to go down to settings, and we're going to go to my lights, and then we're going to search for some new lights here. It will simply scan the network for any new lights that it may find, and then it will pair that with my Hue Bridge. As always, once we select it from the list, we have the ability to rename it. The light itself will flash so we know which one it is that we are renaming. And that's it. You are good to go. You have now successfully added your Hue Go to your Philips Hue Bridge. If you have the new 2.0 version, you can use Siri to control this, as well as with any scenes or rooms that you may have set up. You have the ability to change all the different colors here within the app. There are the standard 16 or so million different colors that all the Philips Hue bulbs support. We can just move this around here and choose this and make any scenes that we'd like. So we can put this with any of the other Philips Hue bulbs that we have. You have all the colors below, as well as the different shades of light, like standard light on the top, from cool lights on the right to more neutral in the middle, and some warmer lights to the left-hand side that are a little bit more yellow and cozy feeling. You also have the ability to dim the light itself. When it is on battery power, it'll automatically dim to 40% to keep the battery lasting a little bit longer, but you can manually change that here inside of the application itself. Now, not to be overlooked, other than just changing colors on an LED light, there are all the other features of the Philips Hue bulbs, such as geofencing, turning on and off when you arrive or leave. You can turn on the alarms and timers, so you can maybe have this turn on every day or off every night. You can toggle them on and off using different triggers, such as using the IFT program, if this, then that. Anytime, say, the brown score, it'll flash orange, which obviously doesn't usually happen that often. That aside, there is a ton of other stuff that you can do with these Philips Hue bulbs. Check out my other Philips Hue videos for a bunch of other information. But as always, right now, we're going to break it down between the pros and the cons for the Philips Hue Go. As far as pros go, it is very portable, which is very nice. This is the first one that has a built-in battery that you don't need to have plugged in, or as a bulb itself. It has all those 16 million color options, which is fantastic. You can choose from all those different ones that are on that little color scale. There's the on-device control, so you don't need to have the bridge, or you don't need to have your phone capable to turn it on, off, or change through the colors. And it has a very nice modern design. However, on the flip side of everything, we have the cons. While it is very bright, I wish it was a little bit larger. It is a little bit on the small side. As far as battery life goes, 3 hours is not that long, especially if you're going to have a long dinner or evening outside. It is plastic, so the outside is kind of clear and could be easily scratched, especially if you have it on something like a nice concrete table. And the cord placement is kind of ill-conceived. It is right there on the front, so if you have this next to your bed, the cord is basically coming straight at you, and it kind of makes it a little bit off-kilter and easy to topple over. Everything said and done, this is a very interesting option. If you'd like to pick one up for yourself, the link is in the description below. Make sure you subscribe so I can keep these videos coming. Throw any questions up in the comments, and I will see everyone else next time.